Hey everyone, welcome back to Be the Better Version of Yourself. This week our topic is Stop Fearing Failure. I'll be interviewing Raina Fernandez, the director of Smart Talent Group, to learn about how she stopped fearing her failure or stopped fearing obstacles in both her personal and professional life. So Raina, welcome to Be the Better Version of Yourself. It's great to have you here.
Thank you, Rhea, and thank you for doing a fabulous job with the podcast. I think we've had our clients and candidates and partners comment on how useful it's been in their everyday life, and I'm absolutely loving the topic you've picked today.
Well, I'm glad. I guess it's definitely a topic of matter. Everyone constantly wants to start their own business, and their fear of failure is, I guess, what prevents a lot of people from, achieving that goal.
Yeah, I agree, Rhea. Fearing failure, not just in business, but in, we predominantly recruit in the executive sales space. Fearing, pushing. A lot of salespeople struggle to even achieve their targets because they're fearing to do something different. I've always been a very different kettle of fish. Just living an average life, being the norm hasn't been something that sat well with me. Smart Talent Group's a perfect example. Being really authentic is something that I breathe. Perfect example is all of the Easter cheer here today. We're going to be off driving around to visit all our clients this afternoon. How fun.
These look amazing, Raina. Is there any reason you've done these little pots with succulents in them? And look at the little Easter bunnies you've got here. Very cute.
Yeah, Rhea, the whole idea of them was, it relates and relays really well with our tagline, which is, helping businesses grow. So, and that's what we genuinely want to be doing. But going back to your topic on, look, I really hope our clients love it, and yes, I'm loving them. I'm hoping that we can keep some for the office.
Yeah, definitely. They look beautiful, and even these ones. Look at this little mug with your chocolates in it.
They're great chocolate.
Very cute.
Yeah.
Very
I know.
cute.
Well, I'm really glad I'm here. So, look, going back to your topic on fearing, stop fearing failure. I think you're going to make mistakes, but that's going to be growth.
Yes.
Your mistakes are going to lead you to growth. Being really, really uncomfortable, being sick in your stomach is great. I think that's when you're growing.
Yeah.
Success doesn't come easy. Look at everyone we know, including the Steve Jobs of the world. I mean, nothing's come easy. You've got to, if you want to be the average, that's absolutely fine. But if you want to be above average and you want to create a dent, and then you've got to stop fearing failure, because you're going to make mistakes. 99% of success is failure. And you've just got to fall and pick up and keep going. I hope you answered the question.
No, that's definitely, I guess, why we decided to do this podcast. Or I guess I wanted to know why you wanted to start your own business and how you overcame that fear of failure. Because, there's not all businesses succeed. Not all businesses keep going after the first 6 months. You've been running for almost 2 years now, and I guess there have been obstacles on the way, and I just wanted to tell our audience about how you overcame those obstacles, or just tell us about an example of an obstacle that you faced and how you overcame that.
A perfect example is every small business goes through cash flow management, and it's new for our business. So just staying positive, and you can see the decline in your bank account because you're waiting. You've got a huge pipeline. You've got your clients bought into you, and you're building a contract desk. You're building a business. You're building a brand. You've got 50,000 things on. But just staying positive, just keeping calm, meditating, staying around positive influences, having a very clear vision on what you want to achieve, being very clear about your values and living them every day. And as long as you're moving and doing something uh, that helps you reach a little bit closer to your goal every day, is how I constantly overcome failure, right?
Mm-hmm.
So it's positive mindset, staying healthy. It's like being around family that cares about you. Constantly sticking to what you say you're going to do,
Mm-hmm.
and doing it and executing it.
Yeah.
And one thing I think to overcome failure or that mindset is you don't have to be perfect. You know what I mean? Perfection isn't important. I mean, there's no way. I'm happy to let the little things that don't matter, aren't going to affect my business bottom line, fade away. That's fine. I don't have to be perfect, and I'm not. And I know I'm going to fail, and I've made numerous mistakes in 2 years, but I've learned from them, and I'm learning to be more lean. I've adapted Kaizen, which is a lean thinking mindset. So it's about constantly growing and doing things differently.
Yeah, that's great to hear. And I guess by the sounds of it, you've been listening to the other podcasts, being positive, not forgetting to breathe. Later on, I definitely want to hear about your morning routine.
Well, I try to. I mean, being a mom and being, having a young family can sometimes challenge your morning routine, but it's how it's about sleeping early. It's about waking up before the average wakes up, and those little things make a difference because you buy yourself more time every day. Those are the things that are going to help you face failure and overcome them, and those are the things that are going to give you the energy to be able to do that. So it's very important. But thank you, Rhea. Thank you.
No, that's perfectly fine. I guess another question that I wanted to ask is, how do you overcome a negative mindset? So when a negative attitude comes into your headspace, or when you start thinking negatively, whether it be both business, professional or personal, what's a strategy that can help our audiences to achieve overcoming their fears?
I think the best way to overcome negative attitude, negative thoughts. I think you're talking about negative thoughts rather than attitude, right? When you have those negative thoughts, you've got to block them. And the only way to do that is keep yourself reading positive affirmations. Make sure that you've constantly got some really good podcasts that you've signed up to that lift you up for the day. Like I don't have a magic wand. I've been given everything that most people. I wasn't born with a silver spoon in my mouth. So, just surrounding yourself with mentors and people that have done it. And Oprah Winfrey is a perfect example, right? She's a perfect example of someone that was given,
had a very hard life.
So you read stories like that, and that absolutely motivates you.
Yes.
That takes away those negative thoughts. So that's you look at that and you go, I'm not so bad. Like I mean, I've still got a roof above my head. I haven't been abused. I haven't had the life she's had, but she still came out overcoming every fear. So I hope that helps.
No, that definitely helps. I mean, I think having mentors definitely adds some positive lights if you're trying to achieve your goals and you've seen how other people have earned their successes. It's definitely a great way to start.
Yep, I agree.
So you mentioned Oprah Winfrey. Do you have any other, and you also mentioned podcasts that you watch. Do you just want to tell our audience a few other mentors of yours that you look?
I think Guy Raz is amazing. I mean, it's fantastic. Just as an entrepreneur myself, I listen to How I Built It by Guy Raz. If you're looking to start something, you can. I mean, I absolutely love the story of Kate and Andy Spade. That just is an amazing inspiration. And I think that's helped me bring my husband on the journey as well. How do I bring him on the journey? How do I have him bought into our vision. And that's a journey.
Mhm.
You know, how do I bring you as one of my employees onto my journey?
Yes.
I mean, I don't need to motivate you because you're self-motivated.
Yes.
You want to make this successful. How do we do that? So I think Guy Raz is fantastic, how I built it. There's a few that I listen to. I listen to Recruiting the Future, which is I mean, as a recruiter, I need to know what's happening in the recruiting world. The release of On Gig, the release of Vploy, being on top of what's happening in the recruitment world, very important. Just to be informative, be an influencer, have the knowledge to be able to be above the average. I also listen to, the MWF podcast by Rob Dial, and this is just a personal development podcast. I love Robin Sharma. These are deep because I'm a really deep person, and I believe in having authenticity and sentiments, and have a constant purpose on why you do what you do.
Mhm.
So those are some examples, but I'm happy to kind of give you a few links that you can list when you're listing the video, when you're uploading the video today, so you can share all the podcasts that I've subscribed to. That really helps with taking away those negative thoughts.
No, that definitely will assist audiences and myself. I think it's great to get motivation and learn from others. But thank you so much for coming on our show today. Be the better version of yourself, helping others and myself be the better version of yourself. So thank you, Raina. And I'll see you all, or you can hear me next week on our podcast.
Happy Easter.
Be the better version of yourself.